What it is, what it do. It's your boy Marquise Q.
Hey, what's good with you? It's your boy Raider Rashawn.
Hey, it's your boy Easy.
And we are back with another rendition of the Way to 8 podcast, coming to you live from a none of your business location.
Oh, shit.
No.
Back for another one. We went on a little break, didn't we, fellas? A little hiatus, what Eric like to call it.
Well, I mean, we did put in some work. That Kendrick pack was pretty intense.
That Kendrick pack was probably the biggest, most intensive project I've been in, or like been a part of since like undergraduate. I ain't gonna care.
Honestly,
Yeah, no, seriously.
honestly, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you haven't listened to the Kendrick Pack, just stop, go listen to that, and then come back to this.
This will be here when you get back.
Bro, that's a Pimp Butterfly. People really liking that one, bro. There's not like 8 plays.
Hey, you know we had a little something happen.
Wait. Let me ask y'all. What's your favorite Kendrick album?
No.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, that's the introduction.
We ain't even introduced me yet.
We ain't introduced him.
Well, like, he just came with it.
He already spoke.
Well, since my man's over here wanting to spoil the surprise, this is the third episode of the Way to 8 podcast. Me, Eric, and my boy Rashawn been doing the first two by ourselves, so we thought we had to bring this in with a guest. We already introduced himself, but
I didn't say my name.
He introduced
Okay. My boy Darian O'Neil has joined us for the Way to 8 podcast.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me for sure.
Hey, go ahead and talk, bro. You want to talk?
Yeah,
some
you-
more?
yeah.
I mean, I was asking, what's the favorite Kendrick project?
Well, my favorite Kendrick
Let's go
project.
around.
I'll probably say Damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, it's probably down.
Respectable.
Good kid, Matt City.
Respect.
That's your favorite?
That's come on now.
I'm asking. I'm making sure because I don't think I ever asked you.
I said that on the pack, didn't I? Like, come on now. You know I gotta stick to what I said. I did say that.
Hey.
It is my favorite.
Okay.
I'm making sure you're being consistent.
That
bro.
was like when I heard that album, I was like, bro, this shit is just different.
That's like his most.
It's the one that sticks with me the most.
Word. I'm gonna have to go with the most unpopular choice. I'm gonna have to say it's a Pimp Butterfly. It's my favorite one.
Bro, that's a lot of
Like
people's favorite,
musically.
bro.
I feel like
all the way off the wall with that shit, bro.
To Pimp Butterfly, I think what I said on the
pack.
Yeah, on the pack. I think I said it was the best. I think it's the best like uplifting like black people album ever. Like I think it got to be up there. Like
It's definitely.
it got to be.
Bro, All Right is already ranked up there, so you know To Pimp Butterfly has to. Why do you feel like it's your favorite, Darren?
For sure. I mean, for him to drop Good Kid, Mad City, and then to follow it up with like something that's left field, it's To Pimp a Butterfly, like jazz, something like was not popular at all, like a sound that wasn't popular at all at the time, bro. It's just like a very brave album. I feel like the experiment like that.
You feel like it came at the right time?
Oh, for sure, definitely perfect song.
I'll say it's probably hitting like deeper now because I feel like people probably went back, did their homework a little bit, and realized like number one, this kind of stuff like institutional racism and all that has been in the works. Kendrick just called it out before y'all paid attention to it. So.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we already got the little breakdown from my boy Darian real quick. So, like I said, this is our first guest of the season. So, Darian, tell the little people about yourself. Who is Darian O'Neil?
Who is Darian? That's a good question.
Like, where you from? Like, what you like to do and stuff like that. Just a little introduction. Icebreaker.
Well, y'all already know my name. I'm Darian O'Neil. I'm from Marlboro County, 843, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
843.
I hear you.
Good brother.
I'm a filmmaker, writer. Go to UofSC junior. I'm so bad at like coming off the top explaining myself.
You said a lot.
Yeah,
you said a lot.
Cool.
Okay, so what you doing now? Like, what's like been your like main focus like nowadays? Like currently?
Currently, I mean, we're working on like pre-production for a short film. It's called Godfrey's Light. We're trying to get funding for it. Trying to look for crew at the moment. Well, cast, my fault. Actors. Yeah, we're trying to raise money for that, and hopefully we can start shooting in December for that. Yeah.
Sheesh.
Where did the idea come from for Godfrey's Light? Like, why'd you want to?
I actually didn't write it. This girl I know wrote it, and she sent me the script for it, and it like blew me away. I knew I had to like tell this story, so I signed on as the director, and this is like actually gonna be my first production with like a actual crew, like full like a small time crew and stuff. So I'm excited for it. But it's a very important story for sure. I can't wait to share it.
Word. I know you kind of gave a breakdown when you posted on social media not too long ago. So like, tell the people again, like, what is Godfrey's Light? Like, what's the idea behind that? And the concept?
I don't want to give too much away.
Don't get too much.
No,
no.
I'm not spoiling it for sure. But
Don't get no free lunch out.
No, you can't do that.
If you've ever seen the Twilight Zone, like you should know what to expect. It's gonna be like something like that. Basically, it's a world where the executions of criminals are like televised events, and it's going to be the story is set place on a night where a criminal is said to be executed on live TV, and a girl kind of realizes that she has more in common with the criminal than she thought. So it's gonna be a great story to tell. I feel like, especially with everything that happened over the summer, like injustice. Like I feel like George Floyd, that was basically quote unquote a televised execution. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many instances where, you know, people's deaths have been, you know, televised, recorded, and everything. So I feel like it's a very timely story to tell. Very important. So.
Wow. Illinois. Can't wait to see it.
Look, I feel like he naturally at this podcast.
Hey, man,
he was saying that he was like, I think you look good at this when you act like that, you know.
Right, this your first
new
podcast?
side hustle, yeah.
Shoot. Well, so like, what else? Like, so where did the idea come from like you to get into filmmaking? Like, what made you interested in like actually directing and like writing?
Where I always like been a writer ever since I was little. Like I used to write short stories. I think that stemmed from me being like the only child.
The only child?
Yeah.
Same, bro.
Word. So you know how it is.
Lonely world. Lonely child.
Yeah.
NBA young boy dropped Lonely Child. I said, damn, I feel this.
It just it really just came from me like trying to find an outlet to express myself, and like I used to have like so many like ideas for stories in my head, and I just like started writing them out really. And how I got into filmmaking is I started screenwriting. Like I really like movies. I always like movies, and I started like writing stories for the screen basically. And it was freshman. It was my senior year. I bought a camera, and I actually just went out and started shooting stuff for fun. And then, it eventually led to me just writing stuff and me trying to direct it, because I realized like nobody could tell my story better than myself.
Right.
I could write it and try to give it to somebody else to tell it, but nobody is gonna have the same vision as I do for it. So, I started actually making short films my freshman year, and the progression.
Freshman year UofSC?
Yeah.
Or what was your first one that you did?
I'm kind of like embarrassed. It's not really good. So I mean, you can look it up if you want to. It's called Disconnected. It's on Campus Movie Fest YouTube. And it was basically about like a student like going through a day. Like social media had been shut down for everyone, and it was basically about a student just going through a day without social media. And it wasn't really like, you can see the progression though. If you start from that and to where I'm at now, you see the progression.
What was so bad about it? Like, was the story bad?
I did everything on execution. Like it wasn't really like visually good. Like I shot it, directed it, did everything. Wrote it myself. Like everything myself. Once I like started collaborating with people though, my work, I realized I couldn't do it all myself. So once I started collaborating with people, like my work really improved. You can see the progression from then and on.
That's pretty dope. Eric, I don't know about you, but don't you like write stories and stuff like that? Like what do you don't think about collaborating up with Darian and anything?
It sounds like we on a whole different level right now.
You never know.
I said my problem is the follow through. You got that down pat. So,
Bro, that's great. What's like your goal for Godfrey's life? Like, what's if this thing happens, you be like, I'm satisfied with the outcome.
Well, this is gonna be my first film that I'm trying to get into like film festivals. So I mean, that would be really satisfying if I were able to get into a festival and like have that experience of getting my work screened in like a theater with dozens or hundreds of people watching. That would probably like be a very dope experience. But I just want as many people as possible to see it, and hopefully like start a narrative and a dialogue. That's really all I want to do with my work, is like start narratives and dialogues within people.
So who do you like idolize like within the film industry and like the cinematography, and like what kind of motivation do they give you?
Spike Lee is my favorite director like ever.
Is that why you go by Spike B?
Yeah.
Shit hard though, I go count.
For sure. But I like Barry Jenkins. I love Barry Jenkins.
Who is that? Because I seen you like when you drop Black Boys Big.
You ever seen Moonlight? With Bill Street.
The one that just came out?
Nah, it came out like a few years ago, 2017, I think.
You talking about thing on Netflix?
Yeah.
Moonlight?
That's what you talking about?
Yeah, Moonlight.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about?
I was trying to make sure y'all was talking about the same thing. Cause
No, we talking about the same thing. I think we was disconnect with us just now.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Yeah, him. Like legends like Martin Scorsese. I
He does like all the gangster films. That's him.
Yeah, some of them.
Mm.
He does some, but a lot of his work is like character studies, which is basically following a protagonist and showing like their progression and development and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like the legends like that. I really love Barry Jenkins because he shows black people in such like a soft light, like not really the dominating narrative that
America puts on like black people.
Exactly. Where
So that's where you got the inspiration to make Black Boys Bleed Red.
like visually, yeah, for sure. But the inspiration for that came really from once again, that was like the aftermath of, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and everything. And I just saw the media like portraying I think they were trying to portray Ahmaud Arbery as like a criminal afterwards, like after he got killed. Yeah. And I was like, we always like the media literally is always portraying us as thugs,
Everyone
criminals.
supposed to be running or something like
Exactly.
that. Exactly. One supposed to be exercising. Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like if you want a narrative to be shifted, if you want a story to be told, you have to do it yourself. So that's what I did.
Yeah, I remember when you originally posted the idea about it because I was out there when you was recording and stuff like that, filming. And I just felt like everything you're trying to portray was kind of like in a light where we're not what they make us out to be. Like we're actually like regular people that just trying to have a good time and stuff like that. That's pretty dope. But then you also do a film centered around like the idea of spirituality and God with who's that guy that went to UofSC did TikTok that's like famous for TikTok?
Are you talking
Corey.
about Corey, yeah.
Did you do a film with him also?
Yeah, but that was actually one of my earlier ones. I did I shot it myself, wrote it, directed it. Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
That was really like
because that was probably one of your more aggressive ones. Like looking at Black Boys Bleed Red and this one, like it's kind of two different things.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
for sure. That was more so like from a time period where it was like a personal film, where I was like going through some stuff, like questioning my faith, and I really just like writing how I felt out. Like every word he said in that is like things I've asked myself or asked a higher power. And I just really needed to get that those feelings. I know like a lot of people probably like feel that way as well, but they might not be comfortable like voicing it out loud, of course. But I just wanted to portray like a scenario of questioning your faith and like how it's kind of common. Really, I feel like a lot of people have questioned their faith at some point.
They probably don't talk about it.
Exactly. So I just wanted to make that like normalize that really. And show that it's okay to.
Because you wrote an article on that too, like your journey from like
yeah.
Bro, I read
Garnet
that article.
Black.
Bro, will you say this on?
Garnet and Black magazine.
Bro. That's the thing that Taylor Brown's on too, right?
Yeah, shout out to Taylor too. She just like won a national award, 3rd place for her article about her grandfather.
That played at UofSC, right?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's dope.
Y'all gonna run that up if y'all ain't looked at the article.
Bro, what's the name of the article? It's something about her.
Untold Legacy.
Untold Legacy.
On Garnet and Black magazine.
Run it up.
Bro, there's so much talent being brought out here, bro. Like,
Tap in.
So what do you feel like is gonna be like the next like step for you as far as like filmmaking? Do you think Garfield's like gonna be the next step? Or you feel like that's still like in your childhood right now?
I feel like this is like a major production, to be honest. Like I said, I got a whole crew with this. Hopefully I can get I got my eyes on some talented actors for it. Hopefully this takes me to the next step. And then after that, I want to like do more work with like musical artists, like doing like visuals for music, like storytelling visuals, short films, stuff like that. But after I finish Godfrey's Light, I want to do more like narrative films.
So is it safe to say like whenever you're doing these works, like it's always either a piece of you telling your perspective, or maybe you're telling someone else's story, and like did that give you like a deeper connection to the work that you're making? Yeah,
I think so far like all of my work has been very personal, and it's definitely been like from my perspective a piece of me. But this particular story is not really like from personal experience. It's more of a broad telling of like external things. But I feel like your work, like artistic works, is always better if it's personal and comes from the author's personal experience, for sure.
It's pretty dope.
Can't wait to see it.
Right. So if I had to ask you, what are your top 5 favorite movies? What would you say?
All the time. Okay, Do the Right Thing.
Classic.
City of God. I don't know if y'all ever heard. It's like a Portuguese movie,
Missed it.
like set in Brazil. Y'all should see it.
Definitely ain't seen it.
City of God. It's crazy. Pulp Fiction. I'm gonna put Moonlight up there.
That movie was tough.
Sheesh.
Yeah. And last and not least, I'm gonna say it's a Martin Scorsese movie. It's called Raging Bull.
I don't even know what that is.
It's about a boxer. It's tough.
Is that with De Niro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so like Eric know you talking about that?
I did a little homework.
Hey, you trying to get into film directing or writing? Anything?
Outright, but I don't
Bro,
know.
what's your favorite movies of all time, bro? What would you say?
Do you agree with any of those movies being the top 5? Like, are those good top 5 movies?
I like Moonlight for sure. That told a narrative that you don't really see kind of like broadcast as like a homosexual like black man. You know, it's not really on TV. But my favorite movies would probably be probably know 5. Cloud Atlas. I'm gonna throw Moonlight up there.
Yeah, your top 5 for like all time movies. Movies
Yeah, I can go back and watch that anytime.
Okay.
There's a movie called Her with Jaquan Phoenix.
I love that one.
Throwing Star Wars. So
Eric loves some Star Wars, bro.
true to it.
Eric be sending Star Wars like references in a group chat, bro. I'd be like, what is the guy talking about?
I don't even know what you talking about. I just don't respond to like.
Bro, explain to me why is Star Wars so good, bro. I just want to know.
I just felt like it kind of, I'm not gonna say created, but like it definitely like propelled that genre, and I feel like it was really the hub for like science fiction movies. I feel like it really kind of like brought it to the attention, and especially with it being an American movie, it's not like anything imported. So I feel like it was pretty important.
You like American-made movies?
Bro,
I feel like it was just an important movie. If you compare our market to like South Korea, like our movies aren't really hitting like that. Like South Korea puts out some movies that get like recognition. I can't remember what the movie awards.
Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite. I don't see. I wouldn't watch more movies, bro.
I don't know none of what y'all talking
I'm
about.
gonna tell you right
Parasite,
now.
bro? It went like literally swept the Oscars.
Yeah,
Actually,
I have. Look, I'm by no way means a movie critic. I
Word.
I was trying to figure out why you was laughing at my movies, but
No, but
Moonlight, I only saw like, was it Moonlight made by Netflix?
Nah.
No, it was like a in theaters movie.
It was an independent movie.
Oh, okay. I never saw it in theater. I just saw it on Netflix, so I was thinking like you.
I don't think it was in that many theaters. It was kind of low.
okay. The thing that always confuses me about Star Wars, I get why people like it, but every time I ask somebody what Star Wars is about, I get a different answer for everything.
That's because it's not really
That is
like
true though.
It's not an A to B story. Like it's a kind of thing where like, what does it mean to you? And I feel like that's why people kind of.
But sometimes the answers are no way close to each other. Like it's like they'll just be talking about completely different things.
I heard somebody tell me Star Wars is about good and evil, but there's a neutral person in the middle, and like they're fighting for this invisible thing called the Force. Like I don't know what it is. I don't even know what the Force is. What is the Force?
All right, bro. We don't have to get into like a whole like breakdown of
I'm
Star
asking,
Wars,
bro.
bro.
So would you want me to get into Star Wars?
I mean, if you want to, you want to. But if you want me to answer your question, the Force, there's like that mythical component. This kind of has the same similarities like your God. So it's really like their religion and faith aspect of it.
So they acting like God when they use the Force.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about this.
That's the
later.
great thing about it.
We're gonna have to talk about
Bro,
it.
you can interpret it in so many different ways. Like the same piece of work can be interpreted in like so many different ways. That's a sign of great art in my opinion.
Hey.
But there's no solid definition of what Star Wars is about, is what you're saying.
It shouldn't be though.
You
It's
know,
up to the viewer.
they say when you read a book, everybody take something different from
Exactly. It's up to the viewer. Like,
But what's the plot of it? Like, okay, we're going back to elementary school. What's the plot of Star Wars?
What's the plot? What's the climax? Let me know.
Rise of character, fall of character, main character.
Y'all boys can watch on your own times. Don't Disney Plus.
Sean, what's your top 5 favorite movies, bro?
I don't know if I got 5 favorite.
Sheesh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do, but I can't really think. I know. Remember the Titans got to be up there.
Denzel's top tier right there. So.
That got to be up there. I don't know. I like Training Day.
Another Denzel movie.
I'm
So
a big
you
Denzel
Denzel,
fan.
okay.
Is Denzel your
I'm seeing the
favorite
pattern.
I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
He's probably my favorite actor.
Why is he your favorite actor?
Bruh, I think that it takes talent to become your role.
Yeah.
I think it takes talent to become your role, but I think it takes more talent to become your role and still be you at the end of the day. I feel like every time Denzel is in a movie, I feel like he's Denzel in the movie.
Yeah, I can definitely say he hasn't been typecasted. In the movies he makes, he doesn't really make him a repetition. It's always something different, something new, whether it be a period piece or you got something. I can't remember that action movie where he was just killing people. I think he was like in the city or something.
Equalizer?
Yeah.
I feel like his range is crazy, bro.
So.
Is there ever, do you think there's a bad Denzel movie? Or do you think all the movies are good?
I don't think it's a bad one.
I don't know.
Has he ever missed?
Not as popular ones, nah.
Yeah.
He probably got like a few.
He probably got some ones that nobody really know about that probably garbage. But from the ones I think of, I don't know, bro.
Bro, do y'all know who Sidney Poitier is? Yeah,
absolutely.
When I think of people that say like Denzel's their favorite movie, they say Denzel's like our modern day like Sidney Poitier because he was apparently like a famous black male actor.
Yeah, he was like the first black male actor to really break into Hollywood, like to be starring in movies and stuff. So I can see that comparison. I think Sidney Poitier actually like mentored Denzel, if I'm not mistaken.
Sheesh.
They say Denzel mentored Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Young legend, bro. But you know what's so crazy? Some people didn't even know he was from South Carolina until he died. That is so.
Bro,
like,
he hooped at T. Hill Anna, bro. Shout out T. Hill Anna.
That is so crazy to me.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all didn't know that for real?
Bro, there's a lot of people like when y'all told me Viola Davis was from South Carolina.
Viola Davis, yeah.
I don't know who that is still to this day.
You don't know who
Viola Davis?
Nah, I don't.
Bro, what the hell?
You don't watch the TV enough, bro.
How to Get Away with Murder? That
I
lady.
never saw it. Was she in The Help?
Yeah. Yeah,
I never saw The Help. I know she was.
She was in Fences.
Fences, with Denzel.
She was in a lot of movies.
Bro, you
like the movie.
You know her. Bro. You probably know her face.
I know her. Eric, I wasn't inside watching movies all day. I was outside. Like,
bro, you ain't go to the
I
movie.
nigga say you was outside.
I was outside with it, bro.
I mean, I hear you.
You stay in the house all day watching movies?
Nah, but you know, I just feel like it just takes some effort, bro.
Right. You know we get into no.
Eric, over here tweaking again.
You
But
don't know what we talking about.
Well, nah, I thought she was born in like what, St. Matthews or something?
St. Matthews?
I actually saw she like bought her childhood home.
She did do that.
So,
Yeah.
Like all the land around it too.
Bro, that's what I want for reparations, bro. If we were talking about reparations, I'm not trying to change the topic, but I want some money. I don't want.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing but money.
For sure.
Bro, but nah, there's a lot of people, crazy people from South Carolina, bro. You know, Chris Rock was born in South Carolina too.
Who?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock? He said, is he?
That's my people.
What'd you say, bro? Why you speak us all over?
Bro, that's my people, bro. For real. I'm related to Chris Rock.
Bro.
First of all, you ain't want nobody to know that, just know it.
Bro, I was just, look, y'all boys trying to put it out there on Front Street, because like, as soon as you say something like that, niggas will be like, how? Explain it. Like, I'm supposed to like go down my lineage to, come on now.
Bro, you better sound like you was in the court of law, like, I am related to Chris Rock.
Bro, that's how y'all made it seem. You was like, what'd you say? What'd you say? I'm like, bro. I'm like, come on, bro.
I mean, since we on the topic now, how?
Bro, look.
You're already letting this one go, ain't it?
Bro, I want to know too.
It's been explained to me multiple times, but I always forget. Like, I just know we related. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay, so if we were to meet Chris Rock at any point in time, would he say he's related to you?
Like, what's up, family?
I don't know if Chris Rock knows, but his mother knows. His mother is related to my family.
By like marriage or like?
No, his mother is related to people in my family. They're related.
Okay. Do you like Chris Rock? Like, do you like fuck with his work?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Everybody hates Chris.
I'm just saying, like, outside of him being related to you, like, do you fuck with his work? Not saying you would like it because you're related to him. I'm saying, genuinely, do you like his work?
No, yeah. Absolutely. Everybody Hates Chris is one of my favorite shows, low key, growing up. But, you know, I always felt like he could have got away sometimes.
What you mean?
And Everybody Hates Chris. He always got caught.
Yeah, Chris. I think
always got caught.
I think the plot was like nobody I ain't gonna say nobody likes him, but like he can never get away with anything.
Yeah, like never.
I think like one episode he got away. I think that was it.
But I think the beginning of the next episode he got caught.
like they always find out some way. Like it's just be like, bro, like you can't win for losing.
You know, some people disrespect like Everybody Hates Chris as like a black sitcom, like one of like best black sitcoms.
You think it's one of the best?
I think it's one of the best.
What's your favorite black sitcom?
What's my favorite? Martin.
Respectable. Darren, what's your favorite?
Put me on the spot.
I thought you were gonna get
Come on.
Wait,
Gotta be ready.
I don't know, bro. I'm young, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm wearing 99.
Sheesh. You got some time.
You got some time.
I said it's been on Netflix.
I'm gonna say like a generic answer, Fresh Prince, bro.
That's solid.
See, I don't like Fresh Prince.
You don't
What?
like Fresh Prince?
I never really got into it.
Wow.
You got to go back and watch it. I promise you, get back into it.
That's your favorite one?
No, it's not probably Martin. I like Martin.
Your favorite Martin?
Probably. I like Martin, and I think slept one was Jamie Foxx show.
Sheesh.
I feel like people sleep on that, bro.
Wayne's Bro is underrated too.
Absolutely.
I never watched Wayne Brothers.
Oh, you gotta tap in. You gotta watch Wayne's Brothers, bro.
So what do y'all feel about like what's been your favorite show to come back?
No. What's your
since
favorite
Netflix?
black sitcom?
Yeah, you try to skate out.
Yeah. You see how you're trying to get onto that?
Right.
Now?
A different world.
That's solid.
That's solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's been your favorite black sitcom to come back on like streaming services? You know, Netflix just brought out the lineup. What was it?
Living Single,
Moesha.
Parkers.
Girlfriend, Sister.
Jeez. I don't care. I had to tap into the Parkers. I wouldn't back there. It's good, bro. It's funny.
I think 101's probably been. I feel like it's just hit
I
different.
forgot about that.
One on
Yeah.
one hard.
So that's probably my favorite.
I feel like the top sitcom is Martin though.
Martin's up there, bro. He got to be up there.
But a lot of people don't like Martin though. For some reason.
Why you
I
say
feel
that?
like it's good, but I don't know if it's top. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
It's probably it's got to be top 3.
Hold on, we forget
I
my
feel
wife
like
and
Martin
kids.
was. I feel like
My
Martin
wife
was
and kids
competitive.
is.
You said what?
My wife and kids. You're right.
Ah.
My wife and kids is good, but I don't know if it's better than Martin.
I feel
No.
like, What's shorty name?
Okay.
Light skin.
Tisha Campbell.
Gina. Yeah, Tisha Campbell.
Yeah.
I feel like she was better than my wife and kids than
She was.
She was.
Martin.
She was.
Like, she
Absolutely.
was hilarious in my wife and
She
kids.
definitely was better.
But I feel like the show was called Martin, so like the main attention was Martin. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
My
she
wife.
played her role in Martin.
Yeah.
So.
That joint used to be. Nah. That joint used to be.
Okay. Well, Eric, so you don't think that Martin is a top?
You say you don't think so?
Nah. I mean, I think it's good. I feel like it was a different type of funny. I feel like Martin was kind of the first one to really push the envelope. Like, he was the one that got banned from Saturday Night Live. Like, he got beeped out his whole monologue and stuff like that. But Martin's good. I mean, I just feel like you got other, like, significant, like, black sitcoms.
Name them right now.
A Different World. People don't like to acknowledge it, but The Cosby Show, it was there. I mean, we can't forget that.
Okay. Aside from Bill Cosby, the Cosby Show was good. I'll stand on that.
Yeah.
Sean, you don't like the Cosby Show?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay. And what else?
I mean, I feel like not my wife and kids. Fresh Prince is a classic, so I'm gonna throw that up there for me.
Is Good Times a black sitcom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I wasn't
We can't
watching
only
Good
bet.
Time.
We can't only bet. Damn, Good Times got to be like number 1, low key.
I don't know, man.
A black sitcoms?
Well, okay, sitcoms. That's part that's throwing me off.
That's what I'm trying to figure
That's
out.
what I'm
like,
saying. Like,
is Good Times a black sitcom?
I don't know, bro. Good Times, like, basically making fun of poor black people, bro.
Yeah, so
like,
they're not really.
saying that shit was like.
Who was laughing at the
Tell the
moment?
story.
Sheesh.
I mean, I wouldn't put that at top though. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think. I feel like for like the
What about
historical perspective, like
Yeah.
people would. People like absolutely got to go there, just because it was like one of the first.
I know I wasn't watching it like that, so that's why I'm not gonna pretend like.
Oh, I
I feel like
we
I
just,
paid
we're just
attention
speaking
to
on
shit.
like our,
Mhm.
what we watched basically.
That's what you was watching.
No, I wasn't watching Good Times. I watched.
I don't watch a Good
I
Times.
watched
just said
Martin. Fresh Prince, Jamie Foxx show. Wayne's Bros. All the heavy hitters.
So do y'all feel? Well, are y'all tuned into shows like Blackish and Grownish? I don't know.
Blackish is a great show.
It is.
Fantastic show.
Yeah.
Where I'm not that tuned in.
Yeah, it's
I like it. It's
What
funny.
is it about?
It's just about a family. I mean, it's just about a family that's black.
Yeah.
And they really
don't
just
like black issues. I feel like black
black
issues
issues.
trying to explain black issues to white people though. That's what I
Yeah,
feel like
that's what
they're
it
trying
is.
to do.
They have like kind of like funny, like the people that are at his job, they kind of like make racist little comments,
Yeah.
but they don't know it's racist comments. Like they're being nice about it, but they're saying racist things. So it's kind of just like,
And they making fun of that.
right.
And y'all like that.
You just gotta watch the show. You judging me from our
No, I'm asking.
y'all like that? Like what? Basically, all the shows we talking about making fun of black people. We talking about.
Bruh, about Blackish came around a time where another show called Off the Boat came out. And I was like, why is this?
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah, Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that those are going to be 2 TV shows about appropriating culture. And I was like, I think I'm good on it.
Yeah, I watched a few Fresh Off the Boat.
How'd you like it?
It was pretty funny. I don't got. It was pretty funny, bro.
Bro, I remember that episode from The Office where like they were playing. It was like Diversity Day, and they were going around with like different.
Oh, I
like,
seen it.
Bro.
Yeah. I don't watch The Office, but I seen that scene.
you don't watch The Office,
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
bro? Why not? It's just
It takes time for everybody to get into the office.
It's like a different kind of humor.
Yeah,
bro.
it's a
Like,
show you got to tap into when you're
Yeah.
ready to listen to that type of.
like dry humor.
Yeah,
It's like,
so it's understandable.
Okay. Darian, I was gonna ask you. You got on the Boys in the Hood shirt. How do you feel about Boys in the Hood? Like, as far as like
classic,
sitcom?
absolutely. I ain't gonna lie. The Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood debate. You know.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
What do y'all prefer?
I prefer Boys in the Hood.
I feel like Boys in the Hood was. I feel like it was so good, but I feel like Menace to Society is great, but we just be like, that's good. But
Yeah.
I feel like some people don't want to say it's better than
Yeah,
Boys
for
in
sure.
the Hood.
Just
But-
because Boys in the Hood came first. I feel
Right,
like.
but it's up there. Like if you watch Menace to Society right now,
Mhm.
you're gonna feel that movie.
In my personal opinion, Menace is better, bro. It's more authentic, more raw.
Mm.
Like Boys in the Hood, I feel like Boys in the Hood was like a more, I guess, quote unquote, satisfying story. It was a good story, like the themes of Boys in the Hood, like about like fatherhood
Mhm.
and like stuff like that, peer pressure, stuff like that. But I feel like Menace to Society was just a little bit more realistic in my opinion, and like you can actually, like you said, feel it. It's kind of
Feel
like,
it,
So it's more relatable, you would say.
yeah.
Okay.
for
Because
sure.
I didn't grow up in the hood, so I feel like Boys in the Hood would probably be more applicable, more relatable to people that grew up in the hood.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't necessarily grow up in the hood. I grew up around like, people from the
I knew some hood individuals, but
Yeah. Me personally,
So
nah.
if you grew up in South Carolina, you ain't far from it.
For sure.
You might not be in it, but you ain't far from it.
yeah.
I feel like, good, my bad.
No, what did I say?
No, I just feel like I don't think there's enough like black people involved with movies or making significant movies like how it used to be. Like I remember there was like Spanish movies coming out where I think Tupac was in Juice. He was in another movie too.
Poetic Justice.
Poetic Justice. Like we used to have those things kind of rolling, and even credit to BET because they even made some stuff that we would go back and watch over and over, like Baby Boy and stuff. And so I really miss like that kind of like aspect in film that I feel like we don't really have like that anymore.
I feel like it's coming back though.
I feel like it is, but I feel like it's more like there was a period where we just kept getting slave movies, like movies. And it's just like
That is true, bro.
okay,
Bro, The Butler.
They be
Roots,
ODing on the slave movies.
Roots
sometimes.
Revolution or something like that.
and I get it. Like everybody
12
wanted
years a slave.
12 Years a Slave. Like, come on, we get it. We
Like
get
the
it.
slave
Long
movies,
as hell.
bro. But the thing about it, the slave movies tell great stories. Probably,
Django.
probably stories that you probably
Django
wouldn't
put a
have
twist
heard.
on it though. It's
Bro,
like a
yeah.
creative twist.
I feel like we had enough of slave movies.
I think-
we need a break, bro.
I think it's time.
We need to tell
the
different.
Summer movie last year.
Let's tell other stories. There's so many other stories we can tell.
But if we get movies like Django, I won't be too upset about it because it's the black people winning in the end. Or the black protagonists winning in the end.
But I feel like that's. I mean, at some point you have to be realistic. Like as entertaining as that movie
There's
is.
so many like realistic portrayals of slavery though, bro. You got.
I'm just talking about the Django.
That's
Like
true.
he said, he wants more of those.
Oh.
So I don't know about that.
You don't know if you want more uprising black people movies?
At some point, you're gonna have to tell the truth.
You gotta tell the truth.
So
So I feel like we've been getting fed the truth for, like you said, a while. So I feel like a spin on it, like Darian said, is something that people
No,
need.
there's some truthful good too. So we just need to tell all those stories. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But Aaron said we don't need that.
no. I'm saying like we don't need like. I feel like if we're gonna do it, let's talk about the first woman, like Mary Cloud Bethune or something like that, like all the hair products and what she was involved in. Like there have been other significant black women. I remember Taraji P. Henson. She was in that movie. I think it was called Hidden Figures. Yeah, she helped get the first person on the moon.
Yeah.
It's
For
just,
sure. Yeah, I
we
get
got
you.
more of those stories that we can tell. Like we out here. Like,
So something other than slavery.
absolutely.
Yeah,
that narrative is
we
like.
don't have enough of that. Well, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Not gonna count, bro. Cause
Right.
they about to drop the next because 10 years from now I don't want to be about to watch Roots 4.
Lovecraft Country kind of got away with it too because I
Lovecraft
don't know if y'all
Country
boys
good,
and tune in, but
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay, HBO.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I still don't know what that show is about. And I'm like 6.
are you still watching?
I fell off with it.
I'm only on the second episode.
Bro,
Don't spoil it.
I pass you.
I don't know. Don't
It's
spoil it.
It's just all over the place.
Bro, what's it about here, if you had to say?
You can't say. Honestly.
You
I
can't-
can just give you the plot.
Yeah, give me the plot.
Okay.
So I think it's like
You say you think. Notice that,
Okay. So a different interpretation, what you trying to say?
bro. It's like all over. You really have to watch it, bro. But
well,
you really have
I
to
think
watch
what they're trying to tell is the story of like I think it's like set 1950s is from something like that, and like African Americans involved in that, and it kind of ties in about
maybe roots of racism and just like how they're navigating throughout like the trailer show too. There's like a whole bunch of mythology and lore going on here.
Sci-fi.
So
It's sci-fi.
Absolutely.
I have to tune in.
the way they break it down
It's
is
good. I like it.
And I don't know if you guys noticed. Well, I don't want to go. Dang, I wish I watched, but
There's like a
If you
tie-in.
give me your HBO account, I can watch it.
You letting me play? You got it.
Yeah, you probably watch over here, bro.
hey,
Like,
bro, I'm only going off what you told me. Anyways, but like one thing Watchmen has done as well. I don't know if you guys tuned into that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
superhero movies based in like it really breaks down the KKK's influence with the government and like a weird twist and stuff like that. And one thing that they always kind of rotate back to is like Black Wall Street in Tulsa and the attack that happened on that and how that stems off and is given like if you think about it, it's really giving like power to African Americans in a way that you haven't seen it. It's behind the scenes. And it kind of just gives you this message like we've been persevering this whole time. Like no matter what's kind of thrown at us, like we've been still climbing and climbing and climbing. So it's kind of a testimony to that and the way it ties into the racial tensions.
I might have to watch that.
you
Yeah,
said
I
Watchmen?
love I love
Watchmen. Yeah, bro.
What's that on?
It's on
HBO.
HBO too.
Can't watch it.
HBO got everything. HBO Max?
Yeah, bro.
Need it.
Yeah. People like sleep on HBO. HBO really got some bangers.
Home box office. That's what they
Not
call
gonna
it.
lie.
How much is it per week?
Shoot, I think it might be under
Per
15.
week.
I mean, per month. Whatever you want to call
I
it.
know what you meant because I'm not paying per
I'm
week.
about to say I can't pay per week.
How much is it per month?
The boys want that money in the pay period.
You bugging if you want me to pay per week. God no.
Nah, I think maybe like under 15. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe under 15.
Bro, but HBO's divided up to where like it's got its own movies. It's got Cartoon Network, Studio Ghibli, Crunchyroll, DC. So it's got a whole bunch of subdivisions under it.
I'm gonna watch that while I'm at work. If that's the case, $15.
Is it worth it? Is it worth $15?
Yeah, I think so.
Is
Like,
there a student discount or anything involved with that?
you can ask HBO, but I think it's gonna be a hard no though.
No, that'll blow you.
Well, since they don't want to give me an HBO account, I guess we can go back to talking about something else.
Yeah.
But speaking of Boys in the Hood, Ice Cube been on a little bit of turmoil, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's. I don't know, man. I think everybody's got the best interests at heart, but he might not be going about in a way that's appealing to black people. He's trying to.
What is he doing? What is Ice Cube doing?
He's made this whole plan for like I think it was like reparations for black people in America. I can't remember what that joke
I
was
saw
called.
somebody say though, like, is Ice Cube really qualified to speak for Black Americans? Like, do you want Ice Cube to be our spokesperson, bro?
No, that's what Diddy trying to be. Diddy trying to start a black political party.
He says it's called a Black Caucus or something like that.
That's different from political party, but
Didn't Kanye do the exact same thing a couple years back? Everybody was like on his head.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
care.
he was.
Kanye disappointed me with them fake presidential numbers.
I think he got sent them. I don't think he really thought they was fake. I feel like he found out they were fake after he posted
Nah,
a social
he
media.
thought it was fake.
All I know is corrupt.
He knew they was
Twitter
fake.
said it was corrupted media.
That was
I ain't never seen
that's
that
kind of
notification.
messed up, bro. Like I ain't gonna cap, man. I'm gonna have to shake hands with Kanye.
Okay, but do you feel like, so you said Ice Cube's not qualified to
Me personally, I don't know. I don't know what kind of research.
Ice Cube or Kanye?
His background.
Huh?
Like, if you had
Black
to choose, yeah, because Kanye, is he running for black people right now, technically?
No,
I don't feel like-
Kanye.
Oh.
no, Kanye.
Yeah.
No, black people.
Representing the state of Kanye.
Okay, so if not Kanye, then you would prefer Ice Cube.
If I had to choose, but I'd rather not choose and just.
I would prefer somebody qualified, like someone with a PhD.
Yeah.
What's his name? Cornel
Why are we
West.
choosing between Kanye West and
Yeah.
Ice Cube? That's the problem.
That's another question. Though. Why don't we have? I mean, it's obvious like why we don't, but why don't we have like any prominent, really black leaders? Like there was Malcolm X, Martin back in the day. We had like these one prominent leaders, and obviously like we see all of them got killed for the most part. So I don't think that's happening again. But that really like kind of funny to think about that we don't have really any prominent black leaders right now.
Bruh, people get this confused. Just because you have somebody that's popular or somebody that's a good musical artist,
Yeah.
that don't mean that they're educated politically.
Exactly.
Right.
And especially in the state that they living in.
Like
Most of them
California
just
or
be
not.
probably thinking about where they from, and that's probably what they think about. They're not even thinking about the issues in their community right
Back
now.
in the day, like civil rights, like Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, all these people, Nina Simone, like they really spoke for the black. They gave black people a voice. I feel like nowadays, it's not really too many. Like Kendrick, he's one.
Yeah.
But there's
Beyonce
not
too.
really too many. Yeah, Beyonce.
I feel like the way people gravitate to like politics and like picking parties is like a sports team. It's like what's more appealing, what's gonna make me excited. Like if you look at both of the prominent sides, Democrat and Republican, it's a big show. Like Republicans are doing this, Democrats counteract by doing this, and it's just like it takes the focus away on the issues at hand.
That's what I'm about to say. I think it's a tug of war. Like they're trying to pull you to like vote for them, but like there's really no issue, like no solution to the issues that's going on.
Yeah,
Basically,
I thought we need to get a two-party system, in my opinion.
for sure.
That's the worst thing that happened to our government.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
but it's not even a real.
In my opinion, being somebody that actually like.
I mean, you're in political science and criminal justice, so you probably know.
That's what I think. I just think that because it just I don't know, like it makes when you talk about politics brings out the worst in people.
It definitely does.
Like people can agree on a lot of things. People can agree on music, can agree on sports.
You can't agree on politics.
But when it comes to politics, it's just that's crazy. It's crazy to me. Like a lot of people, like you can go to a football game, and if you get a touchdown, or go to a basketball game, you shoot a three, blah blah. Like you high five them regardless, whoever it is, white, black.
Yeah.
That unity is so crazy in sports and entertainment per se. Well, sometimes entertainment, but it's not the same in
Politics.
the things that matters.
I feel like political parties were a beast of what the government constructed when they made the Constitution, because what it presented was a do I agree or do I disagree, and the union of the people behind the agreement and the disagreement are what the parties are. So there's really no way to kind of get rid of them. It's just like a nature of the beast. I feel like the only thing we can control in regards to the politics, maybe something like the electoral college, the way that kind of chooses like who actually wins the election, where it really should be by a popular vote, in my opinion. I feel like that's what kind of the issues we've been having since Gore and Bush. So, and that might play a kind of pivotal role in election coming up now.
Regardless of whether you think it's like if you think that's BS or not, regardless, we got an issue. We gotta vote regardless. Right. So based on whatever going on in your community, you just need to vote based on that. Like being realistic. Like we gotta get Jamie in office.
Oh, for sure.
Like that's not even like
A question.
it's so pivotal at this moment.
I saw Lindsay. I don't know if y'all saw it. Charlamagne gave him donkey of the day. He was like, black people in South Carolina are free to go anywhere as long as they're conservative. So basically, if you listen to Massa, you're good. That's basically what he said. The good old days of slavery.
Yeah, I saw that. He said the good old days of.
Who said that?
Listen to him. He said the good old days of segregation. The good old days of segregation.
That's a racist right there. Not
what?
That's open round racist.
Not a shame.
He ain't no racist because he don't even. No, I didn't get him wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't get him wrong.
But so like you said, gotta definitely get that guy out, and Jamie Harrison also. But do y'all feel like because Trump won, because he lost by the popular vote back in 2016?
Yeah.
But the electoral college got him in. So what would be replaced? Like, do you really feel like the American people are fit enough to vote for? Cause I feel like that's why they made the electoral college, because they felt like people really wouldn't know what their best interests were, even for the country. You know what I'm saying? So do you feel like the electoral college is more of a help than a hurt?
I think it's more of a hurt, and I feel like the issue with voters is that they don't feel like their vote is important because they ultimately judge electoral.
That's the
college.
number one issue.
However, the electoral college is based off of the amount of people that are actively participating. That's how you get more of your votes within that state and stuff like that. So I feel like in order to get incentive for people to vote, get rid of that. That way, if there's an issue, like let's say a state voted popularly one way, and that's usually the best interest of it, you can blame all the actions on the state and not the electoral college. I feel like it's really become an excuse for a lot of these victories that we've seen these last few elections.
I think as long as we actually acknowledge our power and actually voting, as long as we just go there and do what we can. Like at the moment, we got to do whatever is necessary to get out of what we at this moment. Not just voting. Voting is not going to just solve all our problems.
So how do you do more other than just vote?
First of all, when a lot of us vote people in, or we want people in, or we be vying for people, we don't even ask them what we want. We just be like, okay, what's your platform? And then if some of those things you agree with, okay, I'll vote for them. Why not ask them for something?
Right.
One of my pros said, he if your mayor ain't did nothing for you the last 4 years, that's because he did exactly what you asked him to do. Nothing. That's what you got to think about.
Yeah, I think it's pretty important to take those next steps. Besides voting, are you going to donate to their campaign? Are you going to go to the town halls? Or how active are you going to be in somebody that you claim that you support?
Yeah.
I feel like that I feel like just being in those settings lets you know who that person is and what their agendas are.
It doesn't stop at the poll, bro. Like, we gotta.
Yeah.
We can't just vote and then get where we at. We're like, all right, yeah, we good. No, we're not good. We
Still got
we got some way to go.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to get stagnant. I feel like we'll just do something and get a big win and just be satisfied with the win and just be like, all right,
work out.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, the role of a politician though is to literally like sell dreams. Like how many politicians have actually, went through all the way with their plans that they said they were going to say? Like they can say they're going to do anything, but are they actually going to do it?
because it's a lot more caution tape they got to jump
You're
through.
right.
Like it's so much more
You got
stuff they have to do.
Congress,
Like you can be
Congress
like,
is really the
I
reason
want to
why
do
it's
this. Like, but if the Republicans rule the House, like you ain't got nothing. What you?
Yeah.
Like you can't just vote for the president. You gotta vote for the other offices.
That's what I'm saying. It's like so many. It's other things that you have to. People just be voting for the president.
Yeah.
And don't even vote for. They vote for the president and don't even vote for
the county sheriff.
They gotta.
Everybody
Everybody in their district Republican. Or you see what I'm saying? But I went to go vote for when Trump was going against Hillary. Like what? Like,
You're not doing nothing that's affecting your community.
like we say in the country, you got to sweep around your own front door.
Yeah.
No cap.
That's true.
Dang, that's deep. So I feel like so basically to get anything changed done in America, you need to vote for the whole party system or for the whole house. Like you need to get a Democrat in Congress and a Democrat to be in.
No, I don't think you need to get just a Democrat. I don't think you need to get just a Republican. I think you need to get whoever fits your values the most.
Yeah.
You need to get it. Because some people that fit your values might be cross party.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Like don't be Democrat because your dad or your mom is Democrat. Like
literally,
call it Solid South.
Literally look at what you think is going to help you specifically and your people, and based off that, you vote for them. Sometimes
you gotta pay attention to how their policy affects your morality at the same time.
Absolutely.
You don't want to dehumanize yourself.
Yeah. That's another question though. Why does the Democratic Party have such a big chokehold on black people? Obviously, most black people aren't gonna identify with the Republican Party, but that just goes to show we need another party. But why?
I feel like
it's the lesser of two evils, like most people say.
That's what I was thinking about.
But
We got Joe Biden and Trump. I feel like those are lesser of two evils.
I feel like what it's been is that black people, what their wants and needs are within this country, it's been more liberal. It's not. It hasn't it doesn't give you that conservative feeling. It took a long time for us to vote, have rights, and that's a conservative approach to it. They want to cover all their ends before they make a decision. Whereas the Democrats are really pushing the boundary for what we can and can't do. At least that's just how it kind of comes off, and that's what makes them more liberal because they're taking those liberties to do that.
I feel like when race gets into politics, I feel like that's where the divide comes at. Black people go Democrat and white people go Republican. That's at least how I view it.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's what it naturally is. But you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, some people platform might be different than they might be Republican, but they might have some things that
what
you
I was
agree
trying
with.
to say, people really don't even really look into candidates. You automatically are voting for this person. I'm not saying I'm not Republican by any means, but you automatically vote for this person.
Yeah, man, that shit clear, ain't it?
By the way,
Well, people don't vote because he red and vote because he blue, and regardless,
or just because they're black.
Yeah,
bro. They might
true.
go against everything you stand for, all of your morals, but you're gonna vote for them just because they black.
You see?
I feel like you should just look into candidates more and actually do your research.
You see what the Attorney General out there in
yeah, exactly.
You see what that got us?
Wait, the what?
The Attorney General, yeah.
Didn't somebody on CNN say he skinfolk, but he ain't kinfolk? I was like, oh shoot.
She said on live TV.
I mean, it's I hate talking about this, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
There's just so much more he could have did with that. That just
You're a Republican, eh?
yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
He ain't with us. That's all I know.
He ain't with me. He definitely with me.
So
I think the more troubling thing out of all this is the way people are kind of capitalizing on it financially. I remember there was Charleston quote unquote riot or uproar, whatever you want to call it. Glass had broken the iPhone store, and that same glass was being made to make the names of victims.
I think making jewelry from it.
Breonna Taylor necklace, George Floyd anklet or something like that, bracelet.
George Floyd anklet.
Bro, it was stuff like that.
Selling it for $300, bro.
And donating some of
They was using the glass from what now?
The iPhone store down there in Charleston. Glass got broken, so they took the glass from there and created this propaganda, I guess, to push their platform.
Yeah.
They told us they were gonna donate some of it to relief and support for African American community. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, so it was basically, but the glass doesn't represent anything that has to do with George Floyd
Not at
or
all.
Breonna Taylor. This is just a regular iPhone store.
Yeah, the glass was broken because someone broke into it. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't no.
Sounds somebody cap.
That doesn't sound good.
Like most of the people out here in the, I'm not gonna say most of the people, but a lot of these people everybody that say BLM ain't with us, bro. So
That's true.
you gotta be,
Because a lot of these,
you gotta be cautious with that.
I think Malcolm X said like a white liberal is more dangerous than a white conservative. I'm pretty
Tough.
wolf in sheep's clothing.
I always say if it's always something that you got to be at the front, no matter what it is. If it's always something you got to be at the front, you want to be seen more than you want to be used, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Going
what
back to
what that means.
Going back to what you said earlier about politicians, like I never really seen a politician like really make it far, like make a difference. It's always activists, like people that go against the grain.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, like slavery and segregation was legal back then, and these were the people that was going against it, and they'll remember more than any politician I can remember, except for like Barack Obama, of course.
I just feel like they didn't have the limitations. I feel like as an activist, like, and not in a party, like you're kind of fighting to keep your role at this point. Like you kind of want to be able to hang out with the cool kids. That's how I feel like some black people are whenever they get into the parties, whether it be Democrat or Republican, because as a black person, you have a chance to advocate for the best for black people, regardless of whatever side of the table you sit on. I feel like people don't exactly use that to their advantage. They're just happy they can have a seat.
I think it's like we got to a point now. Black people want to know the truth so bad. Like we just want to speak our truth. We just want to put it out there. I think that's why a lot of people like Dr. Umar Johnson, because in a lot of recent years, like he used to be kind of laughed at. Like people used to like kind of laugh at him, like, oh, like what he's saying is true, but like that boy crazy. But like, that's really how like people was treating him. But like if you think about it, bro, like
The stuff he be
there's
talking about.
nothing he says is false.
Yeah.
Like.
But I feel like he has a different approach to how he says stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we talk about we supposed to be doing like an all boys academy and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy or something like that.
Bro, he went into detail. He said, "Yeah, I want all African American queens that'll help me paint my room." I said, "I need y'all to help paint my rooms now. I need 5 African queens to help paint my room."
Did you see when he had applications open for his wife openings?
Yeah.
Bro, he's
I don't know.
Ah.
What smart people. While he was like yelling at people for not donating this. I'm like, bro. Like,
It'd be funny if he on the live. He'd be like, "If you are not of African American descent, get off my live."
Bruh, he was on a live in a park. He tells him, "Hold up, some Europeans just passed me." I said, "Bro, this thing right here is wild, bro."
Bruh, he was talking shit about black people too. Like he would call people coons and stuff like that.
absolutely.
He said, bruh, he was one situation. He was talking to somebody. He said, "I can get a gun, but you'll never be 6'3".
He's a big papa. He said, "I can lose the gut,
But you'll
you'll never be 6'3". I said, "Oh my God."
Bruh. So if Dr. Umar Johnson was at a platform with like Ice Cube, would you think he would get some traction, or do you think he's just too real for people?
Yeah, because it's another person co-signing him. He ain't never had no cosign. So once he get that, he taking off.
Who?
Umar. I
I
already
think he got
Ice-
cosigns.
No. He got
He got
Ice Cube.
donations. He don't got cosigns.
He got cosigns. You gotta think about it. He wouldn't be where he at the point where he at now if he didn't have some people that just be like, there's people that
That follow him.
that follow.
I don't
People
feel
that
like they
respect
really
that. That's probably known. That probably don't even make it known that they follow.
See, like they like shaking hands where nobody else can see. Sheesh.
You know how people do.
Okay.
He speak the truth though.
He definitely speak the truth. But I feel like when, like, going back to Ice Cube, I feel like Ice Cube was speaking the truth about how, because he's trying to do something that's like, what, a CWBA, like, control Black Americans. They're trying to, like, have with Trump. I feel like that's speaking some truth. But I feel like people are just looking at the fact that, oh, you working with Trump, we can't listen to you.
But he said he reached out to the Democratic Party. They said they couldn't talk until after the election.
What is the contract? Like, what is the contract?
It's supposed to be contract basically.
What the hell?
I believe it's like rooted like.
I don't even like
The word
I don't
contract
know.
gets me.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Sign a
contract
contract.
is really like it's supposed to be like some bastard plan to
better black lives.
better black people.
See, I don't like master. Like,
Like,
why does
look-
everything got to be master? Master bedroom? Like, the word master just don't sit right with me.
I feel that.
But yeah,
People like, I can
supposedly it's
stay
supposed to be like
here.
supposedly it's supposed to be some plan to help black people. Supposedly, like, but he said they reached out to both parties, and the Democratic Party said they would meet and like to meet after the election was over, and he said that the Republican Party said they made time before the election to meet, so he met with them.
The Trump administration.
Right.
How y'all
I
feel
don't
about
know if he met with the Trump. Well, yeah, he said he met with the Trump administration.
it? He did say
He
that.
said he met with the
He
Republican Party, but he met
met
with
with
Trump.
personally.
I don't know if he met. I don't think he met with Trump personally. Just the administration.
I can't vouch for that.
I don't know.
I know he's working with the Trump administration, not solely with Trump, but
I think they're working on the plan. But look, I don't know.
His goal, he wanted both parties to sign it. That way they both could be obligated to it. And so if it ever came up in Congress, it'd be like, y'all
But
already agreed
my
to the
thing
contract.
is-
but what is it though? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Ice
What's the
Cube,
details?
Ice Cube is not the most qualified
Exactly.
black person to speak for.
Who
black
wrote it?
people.
Who wrote it?
You cannot tell me.
Ice Cube?
Ice Cube
He's
wrote it
not.
himself.
Oh,
He has some, no, not by himself, but he was involved in the writing of it. Okay.
But think about how many powerful black people we have in this country that can be speaking for us.
But you said nobody else
I'm
is
not
doing
saying Ice Cube can't do it. I'm not saying that.
He should be the
He
first to
definitely
do it.
has a position of power within certain amount of money. He
so
got
don't we
money.
always say people need to use a platform?
He got money.
Yeah.
He's using his platform. I fuck with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, in terms of speaking for us, I hope he's just not the only one in that room. That's what I'm hoping for.
But P Diddy's not good enough either to be in that room as well, or 50 Cent.
There are so many people that are qualified for this. All the people we're naming right now are musical artists, entertainers.
So you're saying entertainers can't have a hand in politics?
No, they can't.
Because you saying.
But
shut
I'm
up and dribble.
saying we be looking only to entertainers.
She's qualified.
Whoa, he tried to turn the tables on you just
What is
now.
that?
Bro, it sounds like you're saying shut up and dribble.
No, that's not what I. How am I saying that?
This is
How am I
another
saying
Malcolm
that?
X quote though. We're in the white community are musicians, entertainers, leaders, bro. Like political leaders. Where are like comedians?
Mm-hmm.
Where are they like activists in the white community? Why are these our leaders in the black community? You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like back then we needed activists. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we needed Malcolm X to get us to those times. I feel like it's two different situations. I'm not saying it's two different situations, but I feel like the times have changed. But like we're not fighting for those same things that they were fighting for because we already got them. You know what I mean? Like freedom or equal rights. I mean, not freedom.
I feel like we already got them to a certain extent, but I feel like we still in the same position. It just looks different.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need another activist. But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that musical artists are not. They can't be woke. They can't actually put forth effort because a lot of them they have money, so they can put money into these low income areas. They can do a lot of stuff with money alone. Period. Right. So I'm not saying that they can't make a change with that. I'm just saying there is more qualified people than our entertainers. There is that's just a fact.
So where they at though? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like those people are involved in those political sectors and just being in that. It's a hard game to kind of maneuver around and get like a voice heard out or get a decision made at that.
And sometimes they're involved, but you don't know them because they don't have the popularity or notoriety of these musical artists.
Yeah.
So the musical artists talk about it, they just like, nobody's doing nothing. How you know nobody ain't doing nothing?
Word, yeah.
There's people out here working there's people that do this stuff. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like when Kim Kardashian read the book and then she just became somebody that was get people out of jail. And I'm just like, all right, bro. Like, it's people that literally went to law school for this.
Yeah, she just read a book.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
are you upset at the result or are you upset?
no, I'm not upset at the result, not at all. But I feel like when we do that, a lot of times that's why when celebrities be dying, like don't get me wrong, like God forbid, when celebrities be passing away, you have people that be going into depression, about to kill themselves because they put these celebrities to a certain pedestal. Like they worship them to a sense.
Like a god,
like almost. So it's like when the reality happens, it's just like damn. You know what I'm saying? I think that hip hop is so big. Like we're in the era where hip hop is so big that the musical artists have so much like power, so much acclaim, notoriety that they don't even know how much power they got. Especially the age of social media.
Yeah.
With these little kids.
Yeah.
Like it's easy.
So you feel like the politicians should be on the same level, or the musicians and artists should be brought down the same level as politicians as far as like being representatives for black people? Because right now I feel like you said all the focus on our musicians, our entertainers. So you feel like politicians should be on that same equal right, or like the same equal playing field as far as notoriety?
Politicians?
Yeah. Politicians in general.
No, I don't think that politicians need I don't think they need notoriety. I don't think they need popularity. I don't think they need clout. Because a certain amount of time, at the end of the day, these entertainers, this is what they do. Like, they make money off of popularity. They make money off of clout. Right. If you're a politician, you're not supposed to be making money off that.
Yeah, I feel like the correlation would be like you got those entertainers express how I feel, and as a politician, you're supposed to act on how
Right.
we feel, and so that's where that cosign with the entertainer. I want them to have a larger rep than the politician because they're representing a larger area of people.
It's just a matter of who's qualified though. Like we were talking about, who's actually qualified. Like we had Cardi B interviewing like Bernie. Like no offense, what does Cardi B know about?
I mean,
I feel like she isn't qualified in my opinion.
I feel like if you look at like who's involved in politics though, like a lot of us wouldn't meet those certain qualifications, or whatever. So maybe she represented the area of people that want to be active, but they don't have the knowledge or the experience to really be in those conversations. She can't like someone like Cardi B isn't really supposed to be in the room. So now that she's in the room, she's representing a larger group of people.
And that's great. That's fantastic. I just think that some people look only to them.
So what if you have Ice Cube, like a person that's speaking for the black people? Because you know, somebody like Ice Cube could probably get in contact with Donald Trump more possible than we can. You know what I'm saying? So like, what if we elect like the celebrities to be the voice for us? You know what I'm saying? And well, that's what Ice Cube is trying to do.
I love Ice Cube, but
I mean, if it got to that, if it is gonna further our people, I'm with it. I don't care if we get Kanye in office. If it's gonna further our people, I'm with it. We need to be with whatever is necessary. We need to be willing to do.
I agree.
That's at this point, that's what we need to be at. Whatever's necessary, that's what we need to do. But we need to make educated decisions to get there. We've been in the position for a minute, so let's not make the same mistakes we've been making. Or let's not give so much power to these people that that's not their profession. Their profession is entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's been a wake up call for the African American community as far as being involved, because we had Barack Obama, and then the hinges just shifted, and now Donald Trump, and now we're on the brink of possibly having Donald Trump for another 4 years. And I feel like people realize that just because we got in the door, now we need to actually like find a place in the house to be at, like find a room, like set our ground, set our bearings. And I feel like we might see a lot more black leaders coming forward. Especially after this election.
I feel like people, like he was talking about earlier, like people put like God, like I guess similarities, like regular people. I feel like people thought Obama was supposed to flip the world upside down, like do so much for us.
Who?
Not Obama.
Oh.
Because you know when people like say Obama ain't did nothing for us, like he was only in office for 8 years on a country that was built on, like there was a whole country like other leaders before Obama. So like, why do you think number 44 was gonna fix all the changes from 1 to 43?
That's what half the administration is trying to replace what the previous one did.
Well, a lot of people don't understand the system. That's number one.
Yeah.
A lot of people just be like, oh, okay, so president, oh, we go like for a majority of those years, like he didn't have control in Congress.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's like everything he was wanting to do, they'll shoot down. So it's a game at the end of the day. So a lot of people don't really understand like the ins and outs to it. So they just be like, oh, he the president. All right, bet we good.
That's not how it works.
For him to
He's not LeBron, go take us to the championship.
Right. And then they just be like, then a lot of people be criticizing. A lot of people criticize bro. They be like, he ain't did nothing for like. Oh, like I understand what you're saying, but like, what do you like?
Yeah, what did you expect?
Like, what do you want? What do you really want him to do?
Yeah.
Just be a black man in the White House?
Like, it's not that much. Like the presidential the seat is basically a figurehead. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
That's how I thought. That's how
You see what I'm saying? Like, you have power, but at the end of the day, it's balanced power, checks and balances.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I mean,
because no sole person get anything passed by
right?
themselves.
It has its problems when you run into it because it's a collective decision.
Right. So what do y'all want to see personally out of the next 4 years? Like who? Like no matter who's in office. I'm not trying to like sway nobody to vote for who, but you know we need some changes. But like, what do y'all personally want to see in the next 4 years?
I want to see some. I really like if I could just dream and have it my way. I want to see the cost for public universities and private and stuff. Like I want to see that tuition kind of take a hit. I feel like it puts a lot of individuals into immediate debt, especially when they're trying to get their bearings and grounds. And that's one thing I was encouraged by with the Sanders campaign and even other campaigns that express that. I feel like it's kind of hard to make it into the world, especially like you spend 4 years trying to learn something, but like you see people learning trades and out here in the real world and making their own. So I just wish like that whole disadvantage could be taken off, which isn't likely, but that's me.
You speaking in terms of like the country?
Yeah.
I think we need some serious gun control legislation. I think as America, we kind of gun crazy. You know, I think that, and I'm not nobody that's like take the guns. You know, people be like,
That's what people think.
Obama want to take our guns. Like, that's
Obama
not,
don't want
that's
none
not
of
what
y'all
I'm
guns.
saying. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, if you just look at it statistically, we have a gun problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
It's too
this
accessible
country,
to
we
get
have a
done.
gun problem, bro. There are certain countries where police officers don't even have guns.
Right. And it's peaceful.
Like, think about that.
Yeah. In some countries, we have to go to college to be a police officer.
Right.
Mm.
So, in some cities in America, where you have to have a degree to be a police officer.
So that should be like a universal
You know what I'm
thing.
saying? Like, so it's just we definitely need, bro. Like,
Think of all the school shootings that could have been like.
school shootings, like being realistic, bro. Like, what do you need an AR-15 for?
Like for like a regular person.
Being realistic, you're not
If
gonna
somebody
like
get you
that's
that bad.
that's not even a the best gun for hunting.
Yeah.
So what do you need that for?
Depends on what you hunt.
You see what I'm saying?
Probably,
Like,
You
it's,
hunting barefoot or something?
No.
Like military.
You
you
see
see
how
what I'm
people-
saying?
you see how
Like
people-
it's certain things like that where I just don't believe we need to. It needs to be tighter restrictions on it. Like I always say, like you can get a rifle quicker than you can get a handgun. I can kill more people, and I gotta wait 3 days to get that pistol. Though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just certain things that just don't make sense. So I think that they need to do that definitely. Gun control. I feel like some people we be kind of crazy about like immigration.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why we so crazy about that, and we America. Like,
We should be letting
No,
people.
like,
Are we
I just be
innocent?
like, what's going on?
Like people come here for a better
They be
life.
like, free healthcare for illegals. I'm like, okay, illegals. Like, I be like, what? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, bro, we sound so hypocritical. I know other countries be looking at our politics and just be laughing.
Absolutely.
It's entertaining. And it
Bro,
really should
like,
be
we watched the debate the other day.
Sheesh.
What was Donald Trump talking about? He's like, no, it's not. It's called China. I'm like, what? Bro.
When Donald Trump told me he was the least racist person in the country, that I just
He's
thought
like, I can't see everybody in the room because it's real black and dark in here. But I'm
Bruh.
really
He
racist.
said
like-
he's done more for black people than Abraham Lincoln.
Oh my God.
But Abraham Lincoln didn't do that much because people think he freed slaves. Abraham Lincoln didn't free slaves.
He wrote.
He was the
signed
figurehead
paper.
for it.
He freed the slaves, but he was only doing that because he wanted the country to get back together. Come on now, y'all boys.
But Abraham Lincoln had slaves.
Right.
At the end of the day, though, he still freed the slaves.
He freed the slaves.
I mean,
It was if you
You
think
gotta
about
give
it,
it to him.
strategically, it was
But
great.
It was
people
strategically
think that
amazing.
Abraham Lincoln went to like the jail cell, like all the places.
I
Like, all right, y'all free.
think they think Abraham Lincoln just like loved black people or
Yeah,
something.
that's
Love
what I
niggas.
said.
No,
Nah,
he
nah,
did
nah.
not.
He put a
Abraham
tough
Lincoln
choice.
was very racist. He just picked a better option for him. Like, damn, I gotta free these slaves. I did.
he still did it, though. So
He did.
I'll give it to him.
He definitely did.
That's what the history book says.
I tip my hat.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But Dan, what do you feel like you want to see in the next 4 years, bro?
Bro, realistically, I feel like a lot of change, regardless who is elected, I feel like it's not going to be a significant change. But I feel like, the justice system for sure is something that has to be
Got to.
revamped, like pretty much built from scratch, like, bro, because we're going to continue seeing, like, officers getting away with murder, like, innocent people just getting killed, bro, until the justice system in its entirety is, like, rewritten. Police, just like a revamping of the police system, like you were saying, defunding the police, giving that money to like disenfranchised communities, like
Yeah, but people think defunding the police just means we're gonna take money from the police.
exactly. That means putting that money in communities where that are over policed, so they won't have to be over policed. Hopefully, giving it to education, mental health resources and stuff like that.
Black businesses at that.
Exactly. So yeah, I feel like the justice system, but realistically, it's not gonna happen. I'm already knowing.
Sheesh.
Bro, I be getting tired of talking about the justice system so much, bro. Like we just look. It don't matter if you hire It don't matter if you hire Gordon Ramsay to cook on a broke stove. The food ain't gonna taste good.
The food not gonna taste
It don't
good.
matter
So the
who you
system
hire.
needs to be
It
changed.
don't matter who you hire. It don't matter. We
Yeah.
gotta go through and fix them nuts and bolts, and then we can get right.
Right. That was gonna lead to what I was gonna say. I feel like as far as like what I want to see in the next 4 years, I want to see more equity instead of equality, because equality is kind of like making sure everybody's on the same playing field. But I feel like you've been set back 400 years. You don't need to be on the same playing field with somebody else. You need to be like brought back up or like reimbursed in some way so like we can get back on the same playing field. And
It's some people that say that they don't like the LGBT community because they say they feel like they are like surpassing like the black people's like I guess the level in it or whatever. What do you think about that?
basically they're saying that they're oppressed, right?
Right.
Yeah, they don't measure up to oppressed.
Nah, I feel like it doesn't compare to black people.
Nah,
But obviously they're still oppressed, bro. But
I feel like
They're
it's
absolutely
not to the
oppressed.
extent.
Absolutely.
I
Are
feel like
you
it's
gonna
more-
compare your oppression to 400 years of slavery?
I think
I mean,
it's
at the
appealing
same
because it's
time-
inclusive. Like it's not just like like a certain demographic.
Black people
It's
fit
Indian,
in that,
black, white.
they
Like,
fit in that category.
So,
So it's like them speaking too.
and then again, like LGBTQ community, like they get killed just for being gay. Like trans people get killed for
just for being trans.
You know what I'm saying? So it's comparable, but I feel like the history since that's just a recent movement compared to like 400 years of slavery and mistreatment. Like you really can't.
that
compare
history was even. I feel like that history is kind of engraved, like just from the black community as well. Like LGBTQ didn't just sprout out all of a sudden. Like
yeah,
people were gay and lesbians
Yeah.
and stuff like that way back before. And so I feel like even in that circles, you can have a racist gay man or a racist lesbian woman or something like that.
I mean,
So
But I just Shaw, you want to say something?
no, man, I'm sure.
But yeah, I just want more equity. I guess out of this country next 4 years. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? If we have to see the word contract doesn't sound right with me. Like I said, we have to have a contract where like we're gonna get that, and yeah, but a contract legally binding. You can't step out of contract for however long it
and
is.
both parties have to fulfill the obligations of the contract.
Yeah.
Let you not do one, then you don't get what you want. So it's tough.
Dog, I feel like this is a pretty solid podcast. Any of y'all boys?
There's a lot for thought. For sure.
I feel like we definitely had
A lot of
some
food
meaningful
for thought,
conversation.
for sure.
Right. If you don't listen to any other podcast, it's only season 3. Well, season 2, episode 3.
Jeez.
You have to listen to this one. Darren, do you have anything else you want to tell the people? Like anything about your next project? How you want the people to remember you by? Like any parting words?
Social media handles.
Oh yeah, social media is at Darian O'Neil, DarianOneil, Instagram and Twitter. What did you say again? Like how do I?
Any parting words? Like anything you want people to remember? you
Yeah,
by,
man, just
your
stay
next
tuned, bro. I
project?
got a lot, on the way. Yeah, I just want people to know, like, this is not a selfish endeavor, bro. Like, I don't do this, what I do for me. Like, I do it for what I feel like is the greater good. So, I just want people to know, like, this is not, I don't do anything I do for, like, recognition, clout, anything like that. I'm really doing it to speak for people and to, like, start dialogues and stuff.
I know you started a campaign for Godfrey's Life. What was the campaign?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you'll see it on my social media. It's we're currently raising funds at Indiegogo. Yeah, it's in the link in my bio on Instagram. And yeah, we're currently at 400. There's a $2,000 goal. But yeah, any donation helps. Any amount helps. Feel free to, if you just have $5, donate it.
Donate.
Run it
Got
out.
you. But yeah, but appreciate you, my boy,
I
Darren,
appreciate y'all.
for for you coming to our podcast. For you having us.
Yeah.
And thank you for being like a part of Black Boys We Read too. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, we gonna be in contact, bro. 'Cause I'm trying to get out there. But yeah, this your boy Marquise Q signing out.
All right, man. This your boy Raider Rashawn. Y'all boys holding the road.
It's your boy Easy. Just remember, today can be different. Today you can be the difference. So remember that as you carry on.
Shoot, dropping with the quotes.